Hello student of class 10th. Once again we are here with a new video, and this chapter we are covering in this video is human eye and the colorful world. This is the last chapter of your syllabus, class 10th. So let us start the video, human eye and the colorful world. In this topic we are going to learn about so many topics, and the topics are in this chapter is human eye. The second is part and the function of human eye. Third is power of accommodation and least distance of distinct vision. LDDV is a short form of that. The fourth is defect of vision and their correction. Myopia, hypermetropia and presbyopia. The fifth is refraction through a prism. Sixth, expression for refractive index of a prism. Seventh is dispersion. Eighth, rainbow. And ninth is atmospheric refraction. In this we will learn about the Tyndall effect, apparent position of and twinkling of stars, delayed sunrise and sunset. And the 10th is scattering of light, blue color of the sky and red color of the sun. These are the topic and we are covering in this chapter. So let us start the video. Let us start this chapter. This is the section of human eye. If you see, this is the cross section of the human eye, and the bulging part outside the eye is called cornea. If you see, the red color is iris, ciliary muscles. With the help of ciliary muscles, the crystalline lens is attached with the ciliary muscle. In front of the lens there is a part called aqueous humor, and behind the lens it is vitreous humor. Vitreous humor, the bluish part in this diagram, it helps the eye to spherical in shape. And if you see the yellow part on the back side of this eye, it is called retina, on which the images are formed, and optic nerves. Pupil is the smallest part of the eye from where the light enters. So these are the some parts of the human eye which is very important for your knowledge, and in this chapter we are going to discuss each and every part. So this is the overview that what are the part of human eye: crystalline lens, aqueous humor, pupil, iris, cornea, vitreous humor, optic nerve, retina and ciliary muscles. You have to draw this diagram in your copy also. Now what is crystalline lens? The crystalline lens is a lens which merely provides the finer adjustment of focal length required to focus objects at different distance on the retina. Means the lens is a part of the human eye which receive the light rays and converge it on the retina, form the image. So we can say that this is a lens which makes the image on the retina, and with the help of this lens we can see the different distances we can see the image of the different object. Next is aqueous humor. Aqueous humor, if you see in this diagram, it is a watery fluid between cornea and lens. Sometime when any particle will fall on in your eye and you rub to your eye, you see that some watery substance comes out from your eye. That is the aqueous humor, and it is in front of the eye lens. So it is a watery fluid between cornea and the lens. Pupil, it is the gap between the iris which ensures the amount of light entering the eye. If you see in the diagram, pupil underlined by blue color, it is the smallest part of the human eye, smallest part of the body also. So it is the gap which ensures the amount of light entering in the eye. Iris. Iris is the next part of the human eye. It is the dark muscular diaphragm behind the cornea, and it controls the size of the pupil. And pupil regulate and control the amount of light entering the eye. If you see the eye in mirror, or if you see the eye of a friend, if you see that smallest part in the mid of the eye, that is called pupil, and around the pupil the colored part of the eye is known as iris. Sometimes we say that the person has blue eyes, brown eyes, black eyes. So that the color which is beside the eye is the iris, and the function of iris is it controls the size of pupil, and pupil control the amount of light which enters into the eye. Now the next is cornea. The bulging part outside the eye is called cornea. What the white part if you see in your eye, that is called cornea. So we can say cornea is a thin membrane which forms the transparent bulge on the front of the surface of eyeball. Light enters in the eye through it, very important line. Light enters in the eye through the cornea, and most of the refraction of light rays entering the eye occurs at the outer surface of cornea. So light falls on cornea, light enters into the eye with the help of pupil, and it is controlled by the iris. The size of pupil is controlled by the iris. Next is vitreous humor. It is an oily fluid lens between lens and retina. It is an oily fluid between lens and retina. If you see in this diagram, it is vitreous humor. It is underlined with a blue line, and it makes the eye spherical in shape. It helps the eyes to make a spherical in shape, and the density is different from the aqueous humor. Next is optic nerve. The nerve which carries the information regarding the image to the brain is called optic nerve. You see in this diagram, the light which comes through the pupil inside the eye fall on the lens, and lens makes the images the images on the retina, and the retina receives that signal in the form of electromagnetic wave. It send it to the brain, and the source by which this message or this signal go to the brain is optic nerve. So optic nerve is very important part of the human eye. It carries information regarding to the images to the brain. Next is retina. Retina is the part of the human eye where image is formed. So we can say image is formed on the light sensitive screens called retina. It behaves like a screen. If you see in this diagram, it is underlined by the blue color, and the eye lens forms an inverted real image of the object on the retina. Very important line. The images formed on the retina are real and inverted, and when it is received by the brain, it is again inverted, and we see the erect image of the object. Next is ciliary muscles. Ciliary muscles, if you see in this diagram, it is shown with a red color, and it is underlined by the blue line, ciliary muscle. These are the muscles which contract or expand to make the focal length of lens to increase or decrease. With the help of ciliary muscles, the size of lens, or we can say the thickness or thinness of the lens changes, and due to this the focal length of the lens change, and we can see the far object as well as distant object, nearby object with the help of this accommodation, with the help of the ciliary muscles. So this is the part of the human eye, ciliary muscle, which adjusts the focal length of the eye lens. Next is power of accommodation, a very important term. The ability of eye lens to adjust its focal length is called accommodation, and the eye lens is composed of fibrous jelly-like material, and its curvature can be modified by ciliary muscles. If you change the curvature of the lens, if you change the radii of curvature of the lens, you had seen this in the last chapter also. We can change the thinness of the lens, and we can change the focal length of the lens. So by changing the size or shape of the lens, the focal length of the lens can also be changed. So we can say that eye lens is composed of fibrous jelly-like material, and its curvature can be modified by the ciliary muscles. Hence the focal length can be changed as per the requirement. So this enables us to see the distant or nearby object clearly. To see the far object, to see the nearby object, the eye itself adjusts the focal length of lens. So we can say that this is the power of accommodation of the human eye. Next is least distance of distinct vision. Least distance of distinct vision, the name is very clear, least distance of distinct vision, and this is the minimum distance at which the object can be seen most distinctly without giving strain to the eye, is called least distance of distinct vision, and for the normal eye it is 25 centimeter. If you bring a object close to your eye. So when the object is very far, your eyes are in relaxed state. You are not feeling any strain on the eye. But when you bring this object closer to your eye, after a certain distance, you see that the image, which is very clear, it is become two, or we can say the image is now blurred, and the eye is also feeling some strain. So if you feel that the nearer distance where you are feeling comfortable to see that image and the image are very clear, that is the least distance for your eye. And the norm, if your eye is normal, that is distance is 25 centimeter. So when the object is kept at this distance, when we are reading the any article at this distance, we are not feeling any strain on the eye. But when you bring the object closer from this distance, your eyes are feeling some strain, the waters comes out from your eye, you feel some headache. So these are the symptoms that your distance is changes, and you are not feeling comfortable or reading at this distance. So you can change this distance by your requirement. So we can say that there is some defect. In that defect, the normal vision, or we can say the least distance, is changes, it become far or become closer. So this will be discussed in the next coming videos, the defect of eye. Till here, the least distance of distinct vision we have discussed, it is 25 centimeter for the normal eye, and is denoted by the letter capital D. So capital D is a symbol for least distance of distinct vision. So in this video, we had covered these many topics. You go through your NCERT, go through your reference book, and match the content from that book, and see the video and solve the ASM. And if you have any problem, you can call me on my number. Till then, have a nice day. Thank you.